Okay, this is just going to be one of those long and steady jobs, probably all the way around it. Alright, these bolts were pretty seized up, so I had to get out my 1/2" drive tools. Now let's see if we can fish in this top one. Let's get our next bolt. Looks like it may go a little easier, hopefully, but I sprayed quite a bit of oil on this one. Let's see if we can do that other bolt. Alright, got the first bolt out, and I've loosened one of the other ones. Okay, I got the top bolt out, but sometimes you want to leave it in because there's not always enough room to pull it back out with the CV axle on the way. Alright, now we just got to finish up the bottom bolt. Alright, now take out the bottom bolt. The bearing is ready to come off, and you may have to get a small hammer. Alright, you want to go ahead and straighten your wheel. Alright, we're going to use a small screwdriver, and I got this big chisel here, but you can also use a larger screwdriver. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tap around this bearing all the way around until I get it to loosen up some. I may have to tap on the axle bolt, but you don't want to hit it hard enough that you mess up the integrity of the bolt, because you want to make sure that you can get the head of the bolt back on it. So if you do have to hammer real hard, screw the bolt, the axle nut, onto it before you start hammering. That way, excuse me, that way you hit the bolt or the nut and not so much the threads. I've got it to pry back a little bit. You just got to work all the way around it. If you do bend your shield, just make sure and straighten it back out before you put it all back together. You want to make sure and remember which way that your guide went and where your connection for your wires back here went. Alright, now that wire's got to come out between the axle and the front, or the assembly there. I'm worn out, I can't think. Right, now we got to get the bearing to come off the axle. Alright, after putting the nut on, I was able to hit it a lot harder, but I think it's apart. Take it back, take the nut off real quick and see. Alright, to get this plug out, you kind of got to lift up, pull the axle apart, and then pull it through. And yeah, see, the bearings then fell apart. Alright, if you bent your guard, you need to straighten it back and remember where it went. This one went right here. Alright, now to reassemble, you want to find your wire and you want to make sure not drop it once you got it through, because it's heavy enough it will break it will break the wire.